Providing your dog with enrichment is a part of being a responsible dog owner and a good guardian for your dog. Every dog needs a suitable range of environmental enrichment, and my little dog Marco is no exception. So, how do you find the right enrichment for your dog? What is suitable? Well, it can be easy as asking yourself 3 simple questions, and those 3 questions are coming up next. Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa and this is VCABS, and we're bringing you the best information and sound advice on topics related to dog behaviour and dog training. This week I'll be explaining a very important concept called environmental enrichment and why you should be providing it for your dog every single day. I'll also be sharing my 3 easy questions that you can ask yourself so you can get started on creating your own environmental enrichment package specially for your dog. With the ever-increasing number of home alone dogs spending many hours by themselves, it's so important that we provide our dogs with not just the appropriate physical exercise, but also the mental stimulation that they need. Unlike physical exercise, it is in fact mental stimulation that is one of the most important things that our dogs need every single day. Now, dogs are highly social animals and they very much enjoy spending time with their social group, which is ultimately us, their human family. Now, when our dogs are at home alone, they can become very frustrated, bored, and this can lead to social as well as behavioural problems. So from the point of view of our dog's mental health and well-being, it's really important that we help our dogs as much as possible so they don't feel bored, frustrated and lonely while they're waiting for us, their human family, to come back. So let's look at the first of my 3 simple questions that you can ask yourself and get started on your own homegrown enrichment package specially made for your dog. What are some behaviours that my dog likes to do? Dogs like to sniff. They like to sniff the ground. In fact, they like to sniff just about everything. But there's also so many other things that dogs like to do, like chase things, hunt things out, investigate things, bury things, dig things, roll around in things, and even swim. So just from this small list of behaviours that dogs like to do, there are so many ways that you can incorporate different activities so your dog can get to perform those behaviours that they like doing naturally. A great way to start is by simply watching your dog just doing their thing and see what they naturally choose to do, what they naturally prefer to do. You might even find that your dog prefers to do different things at different times of the day, even in the evening and even at night. So if your dog likes to stay up late when everybody else has gone to bed, you can also think about including some suitable activities that will keep them quietly occupied and content at the same time. Question 2. How can I include some activities for my dog so that they can perform the behaviours that they like to do? To give you some ideas, let's take a look at how I created my enrichment package, specially made for my little dog Marco. Marco's naturally a quiet dog, and he's a gentle dog, and he likes quiet activities. So this Snuffle mat is really good for him because it also promotes the preferred behaviours that he likes to do, which is forage, sniff and investigate. And every dog has an instinctive behaviour to forage, sniff and investigate. So this is a really good way of providing mental stimulation for Marco. Now, it's also interesting that Marco will also bury his bones or other favourite items in the garden on occasion, and he'll go back and dig them up. But in general, he's not a dog that digs for the enjoyment and the pleasure of it. He will do it for a specific purpose, which is to put a valued item of his in a safe place so he can come back and check on it to make sure it's still safe when he wants to access it again. Now, with this Kong toy, it took a while for Marco to become confident with this because, as you can see, it sort of moves around and it rocks back and forth, so he wasn't really sure as to what was going on. So we just let him approach it in his own pace, at his own time, and as you can see, he interacts with it really well, and it's really suitable for him because, as he goes out of shot and comes back in, he's got a longish nose, so he can nose it quite readily, and he's also quite flexible in his paws, so he's able to bat it and move it around with his front feet if he needs to. So even though he likes to play and chew on his soft toys, he doesn't like chewing on hard toys like rope-based ones. Instead, Marco prefers to interact with soft textures that are easy to manipulate. But Marco also likes treasure hunt games and treasure chest items, and these are just simply empty packaging where I hide treats inside along with his toys, as well as treats that are wrapped in newspaper for him to rip open and shred. Because Marco doesn't chew things into pieces and eat them, I'm finding the right enrichment for him because they are safe as well as suitable. Apart from those sorts of activities, Marco loves going for a drive in the car, and his most preferred thing to do is to go for a walk. But it's not so much about the physical exercise that Marco gets from his walks, it's really because of all the different smells, scents and other olfactory goodies that he naturally prefers to investigate and sniff out. So by including a few short walks at different times of the day and taking a few different routes, Marco gets a different and interesting olfactory experience each time, and he is also getting a great mental workout from getting to perform his favourite behaviours, which is sniffing and foraging. So by just watching Marco doing his thing, it's given me a really good idea, a really clear picture of what he likes to do, what behaviours he prefers to do, and from there I can include different activities and new activities that help him express those behaviours of investigating and sniffing and foraging, so his mental health and well-being is really being taken care of, and he's getting the mental stimulation that he needs on a daily basis. Question 3. Would my dog like to try something new, something that they haven't tried before? So, good thing to remember is you can never have too many toys, so always make sure you've got a nice big range of different toys for your dog, but also take note of the toys that they're spending most of their time with now, their favourite toys. How do they interact with that toy? What is their behaviour? Are they running around with the toy? Are they throwing the toy and then running after it? Are they chewing the toy? Are they tugging the toy? So can you think to yourself, by looking at that toy, can you make a homegrown version that's slightly different based around that toy's theme and make it new and novel for your dog? To help make sure that any enrichment you provide for your dog is safe, here are some important points to remember. Always supervise your dog with any new item just to make sure it's safe, and make sure that they get the idea of what to do. Providing a different range of toys and rotating them around on different days will also help to keep the novelty, and you can also recycle or reinvent the items you have. All you need is a little imagination. If it's an item that could be chewed apart or chewed into pieces, then just make sure that your dog isn't the type of dog that may like to chew on those pieces or swallow them. If you have even the slightest concern that your dog might chew off some pieces and swallow them, I would recommend to always go for toys that are specifically hard-wearing, durable and made to be chew-proof. And make sure that you put any items that aren't approved for chewing, like shoes, for example, away and out of sight, and provide your dog instead with a range of different chew items they're allowed to have and enjoy chewing on. And check out the links in the description below for some durable options that are safe for dogs that like to chew. And finally, don't forget to leave the radio on and tune it into your local classical music station. Studies have shown that background noise like this can help settle your dog, and the sound of classical music was better at this than other music like top 40 or even rock. Well, I hope you've already started making notes and are getting ready to create your own environmental enrichment package, especially for your dog. And if you have a comment or a question, please share it in the section below, because it's a great way to get the conversation started. Once again, I'm Dr. Lisa with VCABS, bringing you the best information and sound advice on topics related to dog behaviour and dog training. So from Marco and me, stay positive and thanks for watching.